Championship. A new era. All-time world champion Demetrious Johnson. A tournament champion, Yuya Wakamatsu.
Watch DJ's forward pressure. He's constantly switching stances. He advances his stance as he punches. So as he throws weapons, he's constantly changing. It's incredibly difficult to read, and that's the danger of it. If he mixes in the takedown so very well. Good job by Yuya Wakamatsu to press DJ up against the cage. Wakamatsu's got to separate here.
Sneaky knees on the inside from Demetrious Johnson. Threads one high, then goes down to the thighs of Wakamatsu. Wakamatsu breaks free, back to center cage. Opening 45 seconds, plenty of action thus far.
That first minute is going to give Yuya Wakamatsu confidence, especially with that striking. He's going to be able to, if he realizes he can stop the takedown of DJ, he's going to throw with a little bit heavier shots.
Plenty of movement here from Demetrious Johnson. High kick from DJ. Mighty Mouse goes upstairs. Then we'll see Wakamatsu let his hands go. That high knockout right on Yuya Wakamatsu. And we're on the ground for the first time, and look at Johnson go to work. Now back on their feet. Johnson sinking a double leg.
Good sprawl by Yuya, but you can't just stop one takedown. You have to stop a chain of takedowns that come off of DJ. He continuously attacks, but good job by Yuya Wakamatsu. Now he's got to go chest to chest. He's got to break the grip, and he's got to spin around and put his chest to the chest of DJ.
The most anticipated debut in the world. The one championship debut of Mighty Mouse Demetrious Johnson, the greatest flyweight of all time. And now it's Johnson on his back. Wakamatsu inside the guard, and the crowd here inside the Ryogoku loves it.
Good job by Yuya Wakamatsu to stop that single leg that DJ attempted and spin around and have in the guard of DJ. Let's see how quickly he got back up.
And listen to them chant, Yuya, 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 here in Tokyo. As DJ was making his way back up. Sneaky there from Wakamatsu, back to center cage. 2:35 remains in the first. A tantalizing opening round. Fakes there from Wakamatsu. Fake there from Johnson. Southpaw stance for Demetrious, now the orthodox. High knee from Demetrious Johnson. They clinch up once more. Johnson forced against the cage. Overhook on the right arm of Wakamatsu. What does Wakamatsu look to do from here, Dragon?
Right now he's just trying to slow DJ down. You know, he's got the underhook on the right side, and now he's got the underhook on both sides. Now he's got double underhooks. Now if you can create a little bit of separation here, you can jack up that side on the right side of DJ's arm and work to the back. But here, there's that separation.
Held up the job, and Johnny Kinghad already through to the semi-final round of the Flyweight World Grand Prix. Inside thigh kick, nicely done there from Demetrious Johnson.
And DJ is used to going 5 rounds. He has been through 13 straight 5-round matches, and so this is the first time he's been in 3 rounds in a long time. So he's usually used to pacing himself. How is that going to factor into this match?
First time competing in Japan from Mighty Mouse Demetrious Johnson. Left hook there from Johnson, counter left from Wakamatsu, the high-up roundhouse kick.
Yuya Wakamatsu's looking really good in these first 4 minutes, but he always looks good in the first round. How is he going to favor in the second and third round when DJ starts to shift up gears?
Still with the feeling that DJ is just dipping his toes in the proverbial water here, seeing what Wakamatsu has to offer, what angles he comes at, what technique he throws, off what side. Shooting double leg, takedown there from Demetrious Johnson.
Beautiful takedown from DJ as he laces up the legs. Yuya Wakamatsu's got to try to get back up. He's going to try to create a little bit of space with his hips. Let's see how DJ's got that body lock, and he's able to scoop the hips out and easily passes into side control. This is where DJ's dangerous. He's got to watch that forearm. He's going to go for the kimura on this side. And that right arm of Yuya Wakamatsu. Watch him try to pin that arm to the ground, and he's going to go hunting for a kimura.
Wakamatsu gets that far arm free, still in side control, cuts a hip in a little there. Demetrious Johnson, great bird's eye view of the action. Wakamatsu back to his feet, the crowd enjoy it. A round of applause inside the sold-out Ryogoku in Tokyo.
That was nice by Yuya Wakamatsu to create that little bit of spacing. back up to his feet. Very entertaining round. I know many people didn't expect to go this far.
Heavyweight champion of the world, Brandon Vera, in the house here at the Ryogoku Kokugikan, along with our many luminaries cage side. For the biggest show in history, it's one championship, a new era.
Look at the greatest flyweight world champion putting in work. Throws that kick, switches stances. It's so hard to get a read on DJ. Look at that. Throws the hook, attacks the legs, finishes the double leg. Look at that head position. That head driving into the body of yuya wakamatsu. And then he started to suck the legs so he could keep the hips away from the cage so Yuya wasn't able to get back up. DJ slowly starting to figure this out. He was able to get into side control, start looking for the submission, wasn't able to get it. But Yuya wakamatsu is doing a good job of stopping all of DJ's takedown advances. He's able to get back up to his feet and showcase good, so far, submission defense.
The Pancrase Flyweight Tournament champion Wakamatsu, a 12-time world flyweight champion Demetrious Johnson. And Johnson bounds out of his corner.
You can see a little bit of damage on the right eye of DJ. Those punches from Yuya wakamatsu are heavy.
Wakamatsu goes digging to the liver. Off that left hand, straight right down the center corridor. A beautiful counter from Wakamatsu. Sprawls out nicely, Wakamatsu. Jab kick from Wakamatsu, the heavy artillery. And DJ wants him down. DJ gets him down. Ties up those legs, presses him against the cage. On his back now.
Yuya got a little bit overexcited. He started to hunt. After he wobbled DJ a little bit, he went after him. And that was enabled DJ to duck under and secure that takedown. This is where DJ is very impressive. Watch him slowly make adjustments and work into side control.
And he goes, he passes from half guard to side control. Tries to pin the arm. And Wakamatsu back to his feet. Well done from Yuya again. Takes the back standing as DJ. Wakamatsu tries to turn back into him. What scrambles, what a contact. Now DJ wants to try and choke it.
Good job by Yuya. He's able to create separation in the hands, turn his back to his body, but he can't stop. He has to continually defend because DJ is relentless.
Demetrious Johnson more moves than U-Haul here in the second round. Referee Olivia Coast right on top of the action. Wakamatsu could be in trouble.
It looks like he's going for a choke. You can see he's got the side of the neck. It's like a no-arm triangle. But you can see that he was going for a rear naked choke. But good job by Yuya to scramble out of it. Now he's sitting in mount. It's a bad spot. Look for the elbows. Watch the elbows on the ground and pound of DJ. He doesn't want to lose this position. He chooses actually to leave mount and go into side control. And I know what he's looking for. He's looking for a Kimura.
Fans, big hello to all of our viewers in the US watching on TNT. Hope you're enjoying all the action of one championship, all the action of Mighty Mouse, Demetrious Johnson.
He's framing off the face, just slides that elbow in. You can see he's trying to crucifix the arm. He's going to take that right arm of Yuya, put it between his legs so he can isolate, drop a little bit of ground and pound. Here comes the Kimura, he's looking for it. Good job by Yuya, it's nice and tight on the arms.
Johnson hunting for a finish as we approach the halfway mark of this contest. As Mitch said earlier, it's been a long, long time since Demetrious Johnson has been in a three-rounder. Now can he take that arm home? No, not yet. Here's some knees to the collarbone. Demetrious trying to choke it. Can he get it? Can he get it? That's the Dino lead! Hold on, wait a minute. Let me put some DJ in it.
Wow, he was able to get that choke from a nasty position. Didn't even have the full proper positioning. That's how tight the world champion squeeze is.
Demetrious Johnson, successful on his one championship debut, and he moves through to the semi-finals of the World Flyweight Grand Prix. That is why he's the greatest of all time. That's Mighty Mouse, Demetrious Johnson.
Look at this, has the guillotine. Yuya wakamatsu did everything he could to try to avoid that, but look how tight that is. Look at the guillotine. You can see Yuya wakamatsu tries to turn out of it. He tries to angle out, but look at that. Oh, that's a nasty position. That's how tight that is. Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson just moves forward in the one Flyweight World Grand Prix.
Have a look at the squeeze from Mighty Mouse. Locks out moisture, seals in freshness. Good night, Irene.
Well, Yuya wakamatsu did a really good job in the first half of that match. He was stopping a lot of takedowns, showcasing good striking. Very impressive performance from Yuya Wakamatsu. DJ is the best flyweight in the world, and Yuya Wakamatsu was in there to the very end.
Let's go to Tom Lau, make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Olivier Coste, has called a stop to this contest after 2 minutes and 40 seconds in the second round. For your winner, by way of guillotine choke, Demetrious Johnson!
Johnson, southpaw stance, orthodox stance on Wada. Johnson probing with the jab early, the rangefinder. Lots of movement here from Mighty Mouse Johnson.
Talking to DJ this week, he talked a lot about the guard of Wada, how Wada leaves that elbow wide open up in the air like that. It exposes the entire right side of his body. I wonder how DJ is going to utilize that knowledge.
Outside leg kick from Wada. Between them, both men have held 15 world titles. Make the leg kick there, did Demetrious Johnson. Inside leg kick, nicely placed, just above the lead knee. Rangefinder again with that lead hand, now switches to orthodox as DJ, back to southpaw, back to orthodox. Wada taking his time, seeing what Johnson is all about. Overhand right to the left hook there from Demetrious Johnson. The way he cuts the angles so quickly, DJ.
The way he walks forward, Michael. It's not just cutting the angles, but he's stepping forward. As he throws his left hook, he's coming forward with the right hand, and he steps forward with the right. It's so hard to time and get used to.
Nice knee on the inside from Wada. Here come the knees from Demetrious Johnson.
Interesting enough, this is the first time that Demetrious Johnson has ever competed inside a ring. He's always competed inside a cage in his 32-odd matches, but he trains exclusively inside a ring over at AMC in Kirkland, Washington, so he's very comfortable inside of the ring and its dimensions.
Crowd here in Manila behind Demetrious Johnson. Much appreciation for the man regarded as the greatest of all time as Wada climbs the back.
Wow, what a sneaky back take from Tatsumitsu Wada. That was beautifully done.
The figure four wrapped around the body of Johnson. Now let's see what Wada can do. 2:45 remains, first round of 3. Semi-final number 2 of the One Championship Flyweight World Grand Prix.
And he took the back, he snuck under the arm like that with the arm elevated, then he triangled the body, and he snuck that left leg underneath the body to create like a kickstand and elevate Demetrious Johnson's leg to bring him back down to the mat. That was beautiful.
How Wada would love the opportunity to compete in front of his home audience in Tokyo in the final in October. That figure 4 firmly around the body of Demetrious Johnson. But Johnson looking relaxed. You know that every predicament you can think of, Johnson's been there before. Worked some way out of it. What are the options here for DJ?
Now DJ needs to put pressure on that side of the foot. See where the cross is? Where his foot kind of comes underneath the knee? That's where the pressure needs to be so that DJ can start to work and defend those legs a bit and create a little bit of space. Going to that side, it kind of secures him in that body triangle. You know, especially with the elevation of the leg right there, he's going to have to put pressure on the foot side of that triangle so he can sneak around. There he goes. Now he's able to get out. Now he's able to slide in, scoop around. DJ in that tiny little, looks like he got like 27-inch waist like that. He's just going to be able to sneak around. But good job by Wada to avoid that. He's utilizing that hook very well to control Demetrious Johnson's position.
Still the triangle wrapped around the body here of Demetrious Johnson. 1:10 remaining in the first round. Tatsumitsu Wada, 21-10-2-1, no contest record, 5 knockouts, 5 submissions, and 48% finishing rate for the 3-time deep flyweight champion of the world.
DJ is going to be able to try to get, he's trying to turn into this body triangle, but he just can't quite hit it. He's having a hard time with the pressure. There he goes. Now he's able to threaten to an attack with the leg. And for a moment, Tatsumitsu Wada released the body triangle, and now he's back on the path. This is going to be a very good way for Wada to end the round if he can survive these last 30 seconds.
Demetrious Johnson, 28-3-1 with a good 5 knockouts, a massive 12 submissions for the former UFC flyweight champion. And now under 20 seconds to go.
There he goes, beautiful transition, good way for, now he's ended up on top. This is very important in the minds of the judges right now to end the round, or at least the match at this point in time, on top and the guard. But that was like 2 to 3 minutes of total back time of control that Tatsumitsu Wada had against the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
That will be a tremendous confidence booster for Tatsumitsu Wada.
Man, look at that. Look how he does this. Has that arm on the back, sneaks that leg around, and then gets the back position, triangles the leg. Watch his left leg. Watch how he elevates the right leg here of DJ. Look at how he does this. He's got the back, and he starts to lift that leg up. Look at that. And Demetrious Johnson is forced to fall down. Absolutely beautiful technique by Tatsumitsu Wada. That was spectacular.
What are you telling DJ in his corner here, Mitch?
Man, put that pressure on him. Get that hands go. Get into it. Just let those hands go. Start pushing that movement around. He's very relaxed at this point. DJ needs to level up right now, and that's typically what we saw in the first match against Wakamatsu. DJ, he kind of let Wakamatsu get into that false sense of belief and sense of security. Wakamatsu made a mistake. DJ was able to finish him. I think that's part of the game plan of Demetrious Johnson. I don't think it was the game plan to get his back taken, but at least turned on right here and now.
It took 2 minutes and 40 of the second round for Johnson to finish Yuya Wakamatsu last time, as he finished Tatsumitsu Wada in the second round tonight to advance to the final against Danny Kingan in October in Tokyo.
Look at Wada faking that takedown there. Huge sprawl from Demetrious Johnson as he lands a leg kick.
Wada's confidence is oozing out of every pore right now. Southpaw Demetrious Johnson switches to orthodox. Left hook from Johnson.
Man, DJ looks big out there at flyweight with this no weight cut policy we have. No hydration, he's fully super strong.
Left hook on the break-off there from DJ. On the balls of his feet, plenty of movement from the American, going clockwise at the moment. Southpaw stance on DJ, evades the roundhouse kick from Wada. Roundhouse kick from DJ to the upper right rib cage, planting right hand. They clinch up, cut munching knee, tries to fold him in half. Spin around, a little tango here. Other knee from DJ, looking for the liver. Referee Kim Cheng, keep out. Close eye on the action in front of our commentary position. Corking knees to the thigh there from Wada.
This is how Wada took the back in the first round. He elevated that side, elevated the left hand there of DJ, and he starts sneaking that right arm around the back of Demetrious. Now, in a circle wall, you can't put your arm, if you flatten your back out, it's hard to get your arm around your opponent. But here in the ring, you can actually slide that arm around there no matter how much they try to defend you getting that arm into position.
Nice knee there. Goes backwards to Demetrious Johnson, backed against the ropes. 3 minutes remaining of the second round of 3 of this semi-final. Knee again from DJ.
Like this game plan from Tatsumitsu Wada, he's shutting down the striking, not allowing DJ to apply that pressure inside this clinch. DJ's got a very strong clinch with knees to the body. Look at these knees to the body. They're perfectly placed, eating up the midsection there.
Left side of the body, taking the damage from the right knees of Demetrious Johnson. Little shoulder thrust there from Johnson, and again, 3 in a row, makes it in triplicate. And another belly button through the back knee. Chance go up for DJ here. Really has won over the Philippines crowd over the last week or so, all of his media appearances across town. Nice knee again. Scoring with the knees, another shoulder pop to the jaw there from Johnson. Threads the knee a little higher on the left side of the body. Then goes to the liver, just around that right rib cage. Wada did a fantastic job in the first round, but now we see slowly lifting the mercury, rising the temperature here with Demetrious Johnson.
There he is, getting deep on that double leg. Easy double leg takedown as he changed levels, slid into that double, Still got the hands clasped around the hips as he releases. Wada's trying to secure those overhooks on the arms. Let's see what DJ does in the pass here. Watch him try to step over the legs. DJ's not gonna just stay here in this position. He's not just gonna be content staying in the guard of Wada. He's gonna try to actively pass, try to look to improve his position. DJ's a finisher. He doesn't just play the game.
Close guard from Wada, opens it up now. DJ still in top position, 1:15 remains. Close guard from Wada. DJ postures up, Wada locks down the wrists. DJ wants some ground and pound, threads the elbow.
Good defense from Wada on that elbow, though. He immediately brought that hand up to prevent any possible damage. Look how he's doing that. As soon as DJ threatens with the elbow, Wada's immediately covering up.
Up kicks here from Wada. DJ's going to be careful, get his beard kicked off. Spins around to look for side control.
Beautiful pass there. Let's see if he can secure it. DJ does a beautiful job of sneaking that right leg around. He's trying to get those knees nice and close to the hip. There it goes. Wada's doing a good job of trying to maintain and not let him fully get around, but DJ, it's almost an inevitability that he was going to pass right there. Now he's got side control.
20 seconds remaining. Good signs from Demetrious Johnson in this second round.
It's going to be a good way for Demetrious to end this second round here. Full side control. Now, DJ typically likes to look for arm kimuras at this position. He's going to look to attack that left arm possibly with a kimura if he steps over the head here. But I think Wada might be saved by the bell. Yep.
2 down and 1 remaining. Folks, don't forget to follow us on all your social media. Follow One Championship on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter. Tell us where you're watching tonight with the hashtag on Twitter, One Championship. A big hello to Mark Mann, watching in Perth, Western Australia.
Man, interesting first couple of rounds there. In the first round, we had Wada take the back of Demetrious, end up on the back control. A lot of time there, but he really didn't do anything with the position. He had the back mount, he had the body triangle, and he was kind of just holding. He really didn't even attempt any rear naked chokes, but that could be just because Demetrious Johnson's defense is so good, Michael. But then in the second round, we saw a little bit more back and forth there. We saw DJ trying to attack on the ground, and we saw Wada also doing the same. But I think it's going to come down to these final 5 minutes on who's going to punch their ticket to the finals of the Flyweight Grand Prix to face the king in Japan.
A 12-time world champion, Demetrious Johnson. A 3-time world champion, Tatsumitsu Wada. 5 minutes remains. Who will book their ticket through to the final, October 13 in Tokyo? To face the king, Denny Kinga. Nice Mawashi-Geti high kick there from Demetrious Johnson. He sends he's up the aggressor meter here, Johnson.
Wada might have the lead in a lot of the judges' eyes right now because of that back control in the first round. The second round was kind of neutral except for that last little exchange there. So I think that this round is really important. Wada can't take his foot off the gas. He's got to take advantage of this. It's going to be hard with that pressure, though, coming from DJ.
If Wada gets the win, it would be considered a massive upset. Takedown here from DJ. Wada looks to control the posture of Demetrious Johnson. Downward elbows coming to the clavicle there from Tatsumitsu Wada. Throws the legs up, hoping to lock up a limb.
DJ putting himself in some dangerous positions there. Wada almost had a triangle as he started to throw those elbows. Now DJ's in half guard of Wada. Watch DJ try to slide around, flattens his hips out, might get past here, sneaks those legs around. Wada's doing a good job of trying to control this half guard. Nice little attempt there, or successful attempt to get back into half guard. He's flat on his back now. DJ's gonna try to slide that left leg out, passing the side control. Oh, good job by Wada to get back into full guard.
Tatsumitsu Wada has exceeded all expectations in this one, particularly in the first round when he took the back of Demetrious Johnson. Much to the surprise of, I'm sure, most people watching.
Now, that was the most significant chunk of this match so far, but right now, if DJ can start dropping some ground and pound, we can start moving ahead on the judges' scorecards. But Demetrious Johnson is always known for those late match finishes.
Side control for Demetrious Johnson. Under 3 minutes remaining in the second semi-final.
He wears you out right up until that last minute, and that's when he finds that submission victory. Oh, this is dangerous for Wada. Good job by Wada. Good job by maintain guard, avoid that front headlock position.
Change of wakamatsu for a moment. He choked out on March 31st in Tokyo to be here tonight in the semi-final round. And the referee Kim Ching calling time. The ringside position will look over the damage on the face of Tatsumitsu Wada.
Yeah, he looks. I think that cut is on the side of his right eye, of his forehead. I don't know if it's going to flow into the eye. That's where the danger kind of comes from. Is if the cut is above the eye, it flows into the eye and it disrupts the vision. I can't quite see from this position where I am. Wada looks like he's going to be okay. The referee's going to let it go. Yeah, it looks like it's just on the side there of the right. It was an elbow from Demetrious that did the damage and then opened Wada up.
There it is. Nice dropping elbow off the left arm there from Demetrious Johnson. As we recommence in the third and final round here.
Now back into the guard. They're going to restart in the same position where the referee stood them up from, and that's the guard position of Wada. So now DJ's trying to actively pass, trying to push down on that right leg of Tatsumitsu Wada as he's trying to shrink forward or move forward into side control.
Bird's eye view of the half guard position. Body shots off the right hand from Demetrious Johnson. Looks to take the back. The man they call the sweeper, Tatsumitsu Wada. Dangerous position.
Surprised Wada turned his back like that, gave up his back, but a lot of Japanese athletes are known for giving up their back as a kind of a way to rest. Good job by Demetrious to pick the levels, likes that kick, beautiful roll through as he ends up on top. Nice scrambling from Demetrious.
Off the back from Tatsumitsu Wada. Johnson find a way to finish Wada with 1 minute 40 to go. Knees from Tatsumitsu Wada. Johnson drops down, takes the back again.
This is where you start to see that world-class experience coming from DJ, just that constant wrestling, never giving you a break to settle, just advancing his position, controlling you, torquing you around. Let's see if Wada can get back into his guard here, or DJ is going to take his back. Oh, good job by Wada to stand back up and take DJ's back.
Trading here, gets one hook in standing. Not for long though, and they break up. Comes forward as Wada, does have a big salvo left here. Punches from Johnson. Wada pulls him forward. Johnson overhand with the left, top of the head. High kick from Johnson.
Either way you look at it, Wada is putting his name on the map right now with a performance like this against the greatest of all time.
Uppercut tried to shave the beard of the GOAT. Backed against the corner now, Demetrious Johnson. Overhook of the right arm of Tatsumitsu Wada. 30 seconds remaining. Who goes through to the final in Tokyo in October to face Danny Kinga?
Oh, he does it again. That's a beautiful little shrug there of the shoulder. Let's see if he can take the back here in the last 20 seconds.
Has the back of Demetrious Johnson. Johnson locking down the right wrist of Wada. Kim Ching right on top of the action, final second.
Oh, he's going to transition into mount. Beautifully done. I was like, oh, it's kind of like half guard meets the back mount, almost kind of, but he stepped over into mount, lost the position.
Four strikes there from Demetrious Johnson, and we go down to the judges.
That's a technical masterpiece.
I tell you what, Mitch, in a lot of people's eyes, going down to the judges, very, very unexpected. A lot of people, I would say easily 85, 90% of pundits I spoke to expected Demetrious to finish Tatsumitsu Wada.
I'm probably one of those pundits, Michael. I am shocked. But Tatsumitsu Wada, you can never count him out. He is a strategic mastermind in his game plan. Like he said, he did very well against Demetrious Johnson. I think Demetrious outworked him in a couple of the scrambles, especially in the second and the third rounds. But Tatsumitsu Wada had those first 5 minutes. He had the back of the greatest of all time and looked spectacular doing it, putting in a lot of good work. But when you leave it up to the judges, you never know what's going to happen.
All right, let's go to Tom Lau.
To present the medal for this match, we have Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of City of Dreams, Manila, Mr. Kevin Benning. And now, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have called this contest in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and advancing to the 1 Flyweight World Grand Prix Final from the red corner, Demetrious
Johnson. Will he weather a storm early here from Kingad? Kingad in the red, Johnson in the black. The huge underdog, Danny Kingad. Johnson looks for a takedown early on. Short knee there from Kingad, looks for a takedown of his own. Johnson back to his feet. The balance on Demetrious Johnson, the base is extraordinary.
Yeah, Demetrious Johnson floats around this circle like he's an absolute butterfly. That's the problem with Kingad's gonna have to deal with, is this pressure from DJ. DJ never gives you a moment to breathe. He's just constantly on you. Chain wrestling, striking, takedowns, it's just constant with DJ. Kingad's gonna have to slow him down and utilize that beautiful Lakai style wushu striking.
Team Lakai out of Baguio City in the Philippines has produced so many world champions. They've been the dominant gym, the dominant nation, the Philippines. And what a huge upset win it would be if Danny Kingad can take out the great Demetrious Johnson here. Short knees against the circle fence there from Danny Kingad.
Kingad says the answer to DJ's pressure is going to be his wushu-style wrestling. That's what he calls it. He believes he can shut down all the exchanges of DJ and stop the takedowns and create that space so that he can utilize his push kicks and his strikes.
Danny Kingad, riding a 6-match winning streak, began in March 2018 in Kuala Lumpur. Only the 1 loss, a first-round rear naked choke against world champion Adriano Moraes back in 2017 in Manila. 11-1, 1 knockout, 1 submission for Kingad. The master of decision wins, Danny Kingad. 29-3, Demetrious Johnson, 12 subs, 5 knockouts, little cutting wushu side kick to the lead knee there from Kingad. That was always going to be the big question mark. How did Johnson prepare for a style of striking he has not seen before? Wushu, and a wushu champion at that, Danny Kingad.
Michael, I asked him about that. How is he going to defend against the spinning attacks of Danny Kingad? And Demetrious Johnson looks at me and goes, I have no idea. Nobody in my gym spins, so I have no idea how I'm going to react to it. We're just going to have to wait and see.
Shooting Demetrious Johnson, Kingad on his back, not where you want to be with DJ on top. 12 career submissions for Johnson, 3 rear naked chokes, 2 guillotines, 5 arm bars, 1 key lock, 1 kimura. Last rear naked choke back in 2009. Last punch knockout for DJ back in 2013 in 1 round against Joseph Benavidez in Sacramento.
That was a beautiful, throws that nice little left hook, ducks under, dives in for that takedown. That's vintage Demetrious Johnson. Now he's going to attack that far side arm, possibly looking for a kimura. Good job by Kingad, straight back up to his feet.
He loves the guillotine with Demetrious Johnson. Guillotine in quarterfinal number 1 of this Grand Prix tournament. Kingad does pass right.
DJ said that's going to be the problem Kingad's going to have to deal with these head snaps. It's going to be the basics of wrestling that he's going to constantly be looking for. Every time Kingad's in on one of these entries, DJ's going to be snapping his head down, creating this chaos. Beautiful knee right there in the clinch.
Muay Thai clinch here from Demetrious Johnson. Gets out of dodge, prevents the takedown. Now gets sat down by DJ. 1 minute 30 remaining, first round of 3.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, that constant pressure. There was normally in a normal exchange, you would get to take a second to breathe. DJ jumps all over him again, shooting him for another takedown to score a beautiful takedown to sit right now in side control.
Great look at side control there. Kingad trying to elbow the body of Demetrious Johnson. Far arm is the target here for DJ at the moment. Kingad could be in a whole lot of bother. 1 minute 5, still a long time remaining in this opening round. Knees to the head here from Demetrious Johnson.
Looking for a kimura on the far side. Now he's going to try to step over that head. Kingad's got to be very careful right here. Look at that block. Beautiful technique right there on the Kimura. Now he's going to try to take that arm. He's going to take his hand, try to touch it to the back of his head.
Danny Kingaid with a whole lot of bother as the seconds tick down in this first round. Demetrious Johnson wants to take the arm home. He wants to take it back to the USA. But still, Kingaid survives. 35 seconds on the clock now. And Demetrious has to reset. Leaps into that position. Quick there from Mighty Mouse. Always speed, always agility, accuracy from Mighty Mouse Demetrious Johnson.
Beautiful job by Kingaid to try to get back into full guard. DJ is going to try to step over and pass that half guard now, slide his leg through. Kingaid's doing a good job of just maintaining the position and not allowing DJ to get into more advanced positions.
Kingaid survives the first round. They'll start in a standing position in the second round. That'll favor the wushu striking of Danny Kingaid. And indeed, it looks like we're going to go there.
Look at this. Here's DJ getting that front headlock position. Tries to soften Kingaid up with a little bit of knees to the face. Beautiful snap down there as he floats around. Kingaid, normally these spins and these transitions creating these scrambles work for Kingaid, but DJ's just one step ahead in the scrambling exchanges and to maintain that position. Nice little clinch there from Kingaid to land a little bit of shots, but DJ was able to shut that down, control the head, and score heavily inside that clinch position.
Pressing down the neck and the chest here of Demetrious Johnson. You are looking at a man in control. You're looking at a man with the odds stacked against him there in Danny Kingaid. What do they have up their sleeve, Team Lakai? How can they possibly defeat the great Demetrious Johnson? The circle door about to close. And we'll get into the second round of action.
All right, ready? Ready? Choke!
Round two kicks off. One Flyweight World Grand Prix Championship final. Demetrious Johnson, the greatest of all time, a 12-time world champion. The overwhelming favorite, showing tremendous control and dominance in the opening round. Let's see if the wushu strikes the heavy hands at Kingaid can get off here, but no. Immediately, Johnson has him on his back.
Nice little leg kick landed by Johnson. He stumbles a little bit as he steps backwards, but he was able to maintain his composure, get the double leg, and now he sits in a pretty dominant position here as he's trying to step over the half.
Mitch, if you're going to try and pick the lock of Demetrious Johnson, what are you doing? How do you do it against DJ?
You've got to stop the onslaughts, the pressure. He's got to create that space. Kingaid's got to stop these aggressive entries into the double leg. He's got to time it. You can see DJ is going to go up top with the left hook, and then he's going to dive in for a takedown. If he doesn't get the takedown and Kingaid sprawls heavily, DJ is going to continually chase the legs and possibly go up to a body lock. Kingaid's got to slow that down, create that distance with those push kicks.
We know that Danny can absorb enormous punishment, Mitch. Is this a personal boost for Danny that he's got it into the second round against Demetrious?
I think, yes, it's going to do a little bit for his, confidence to get into this second round. However, he is a wizard at coming up with scoring procedures and tactics to win unanimous decision victories and also split decisions. Team Lakai understands the scoring system of one championship possibly better than any team in one championship, and they know how to score points. But right now, DJ is the one scoring those points.
You are seeing a wushu champion in Danny Kingaid on his back. You are seeing a 12-time world champion in Demetrious Johnson in top position. It's all part of 1 Century live from Tokyo, Japan. I know our American fans live on TNT are enjoying watching Mighty Mouse Demetrious Johnson.
See, just a beautiful technique by Kingaid to utilize that underhook from side control to pop his way back up to his knees and get back up to his feet.
Outside leg kick just to that common peroneal nerve above the lead knee there from Danny Kingaid.
And also those leg kicks. Those leg kicks are going to pay dividends if we hit that third round. He's going to slow down the movement of DJ. He's got to start attacking those legs.
Left hook from DJ. A bit of pepper behind it too. One way to slow down the boxing is to kick up the legs of your opponent. Good punches start from the legs, and the feet travel up the legs all the way through the body into the fist. So once you start banging up the legs, you naturally slow down the boxing.
DJ is so fast at an entry into that double leg. He throws the hands, gets you thinking something's coming up top, and just ducks under, slides in for that double leg. Now he's attacking the arms again. Oh, Kingaid's going for a possible armbar here.
You for a belly down armbar perhaps here. Danny Kingad, 2 minutes remaining. Second round of 3. Flyweight World Grand Prix Championship final here. Kingad maybe sniffs an opening, but he's going to have to do something more extraordinary than that. Sub out Demetrious Johnson.
Beautiful control off DJ to prevent that armbar from getting deeper. Now he's got that cradle on that far side leg. Steps over. Kingad is able to retain half guard. Let's see if DJ is able to pass.
Danny Kingad only has the 1 submission win and 1 knockout victory in 11 career victories.
Head and arm. Let's see if he can pass the guard. Good job by Kingad to notice it, defend correctly.
1 minute 15 remains now. There is some swelling, a nice mouse under the eye of Demetrious Johnson, courtesy of the hands of Danny Kingad. I told you those hands are power-laden. They all are. All the guys from Baguio City, high up in the hills there, at Team Lagai, all pack astounding power in their hands. Demetrious wants to take something. Looks for an armbar. And again, Kingad, 4 escapes, and Michael Schofield here in the second round.
Good defense from Kingad, but he's always on the defensive. He's not able to establish any offensive tactics. He's just constantly defending the attacks coming from DJ. He's got the underhook. Now we can see him pop back, way back up to his feet.
As you said before, Mitch, it's the relentless pressure that Demetrious Johnson puts on opponents. There's no reason to breathe when you're in the circle against the great DJ.
It's organized chaos. It just constantly keeps coming over and over, the attacks. You have to be ready for that. You have to understand that once he puts the foot down on the gas, he is not going to let it up. So you have to control it. You have to try to slow him down. That's why I like the leg kicks up top when you're standing, because that's going to maybe slow down a little bit of the movement. Look at this. He's just constantly on him, delivering the ground and pound.
Big elbow to the orbital there from Demetrious Johnson. It looks like we're going to go to the third round, a place where a lot of people thought Danny Kingad would not get into.
Look at DJ touching him up on the feet, but a beautiful left hook landed by Kingad. Stumbles DJ, but DJ, being the veteran that he is, ties up the legs, puts Kingad back down. Just constantly putting that pressure on Kingad, never giving him a moment to reset and to establish his striking rhythm. It just constantly keeps coming with him. But I would expect DJ to do exactly the same thing that he did in the first and the second round. He's gonna show the hands, get Kingad thinking up top, and then he's gonna start ducking underneath to slide in for that double leg. Kingad's got to have an answer to that double leg takedown and stop DJ from shooting in.
Great crowd inside the Ryogoku Kokugikan in Tokyo, witnessing an epic flyweight World Grand Prix Championship final between Danny Kingad and Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson. Third and final round. Olivier Costa get us underway wherever you're watching, folks, in over 140 countries. How do you see it at the moment? What does Danny Kingad need to do to cause what would be the upset of all upsets? He's got to sling those hands. He's got to pull the trigger, throw the heavy artillery now. But DJ is so slick. DJ is so elusive, so hard to catch. Constantly on the balls of his feet, constantly cutting angles.
See, even when Kingad does start to go for the legs, DJ rides it, switches stances, and then immediately fires his hands.
Tempting. Trying to play mind games with young Danny Kingad.
I like that though. Kingad saw it, wasn't fazed by it, goes after the head kick. And beautiful entry, double leg, ties up the legs, puts Kingad on his back.
Once again, Danny Kingad finds himself in Johnson land. He finds himself in Demetriousville. This is not where you want to be against a 12-time world champion. Demetrious Johnson inside the half guard. So many options here for Mighty Mouse.
It just goes to show you just how good Johnson was, because even high-level wrestlers like Reese McLaren were not able to do this to Danny Kingad. Danny Kingad was able to utilize those explosions that Team Lakai is known for and to create those scrambles. That's what DJ said he was a little bit worried about how he would handle it, but he's able to out-scramble even the best scramblers.
Danny Kingad now knows that time is against him.
Oh, beautiful. Faked one time, popped the hips up. As soon as Kingad put his feet on the canvas, Demetrious floated over past guard. Now he's going to start attacking that far arm, the right arm of King Ad, possibly looking for another Kimura.
12 throw outings for Danny King Ad, 32 for Demetrious Johnson. The experience shining through here on the 12-time world champion. Some peppering fists off his back here from Danny King Ad, but not enough to disturb Johnson at all.
So he slides his hip in, how he controls the left leg of King Ad. He gets his knee nice and tight underneath the hip there, so that prevents a lot of the movement coming from King Ad.
Who will be crowned the Flyweight World Grand Prix champion here in Tokyo, Japan, inside the Ryogoku Kokugikan at 1 century. At the moment, it's definitely looking like Demetrious Johnson. Can King Ad find a way to get back to his feet, to deliver that wushu striking arsenal of his? He's got half a round to do so, Dragon.
Did a good job of getting back into half guard. He's even got the underhook on the right arm. You can see it right there. That's how he's utilized the underhook to get back up to his feet, but Demetrious just one step ahead of him, playing that physical chess game to maintain his positions.
Crowd here in Tokyo absolutely spellbound. They have received Demetrious Johnson like no other. They respect this man's talents. As he tries to lock on a choke here of Danny King Ad. And King Ad with top position momentarily. What can Danny King Ad do from here now?
King Ad with the body lock takedown, spins DJ around, puts him up against the circle wall.
Watch out.
First elbows here from Johnson, 1:45 on the clock now. Good look at that hematoma under the right eye of Demetrious that made its appearance, said hello to the world in the opening round.
DJ's doing a good job working his way back into an active guard position. Let's see if King Ad can step over and pass into half. Good job of controlling the legs, elevating the left leg there of DJ, right leg, sorry.
You just wonder what he could do in a desperation moment. Should this one get back to its feet for Danny the King Ad?
But even when it does get to the feet, DJ's got some excellent kickboxing AMC, so you can expect DJ to have any answers for him on the feet.
We are there now. Danny King Ad gets back to his feet against Demetrious Johnson. Now's the chance for King Ad. Now where King Ad needs to dig deep into the well of guts and intestinal fortitude. But again, he goes down. He's on his back, and DJ's on top of him. He had a moment. There was a sniff there, an opening for King Ad.
King Ad went for that Uchimata again, had the underhook, but DJ actually chose to cartwheel over with him and then land in the side control position. Beautiful technical defense from DJ.
Side control for Demetrious Johnson. 30 seconds to go. Is Johnson about to become the Flyweight World Grand Prix champion here in Tokyo?
Nice little burst there from King Ad, working his way back up to his knees, but DJ might be able to take the back here.
He's done so many things so well. Another highly intelligent performance from Demetrious Johnson. Tried to sink a hook in, gets one hook in now. We're going to go down to the judges here in Tokyo. Demetrious Johnson, superb. DJ pumps his fist in the air. What a performance, Dragon.
Man, it was just some epic scrambles. It was beautiful. You could see DJ going for the armbar there. King Ad has done his research on the greatest of all time, knew exactly what was coming, able to keep his arms nice and tight to the body. Look at King Ad taking DJ for the ride, putting DJ on his backside. Was able to scramble out, but DJ just kept moving. The gas tank, the man that's lived and breathed in those championship rounds. You knew 3 rounds was not going to be a problem for DJ. But I got to tell you, Michael Chavello, I am extremely impressed with the grappling ability of the King.
Danny King Ad can hold his chin high, take a hat off if you're wearing one for Danny King Ad. To come in as such an underdog, go the distance against the greatest Demetrious Johnson. Put that mouse under Johnson's eye and give him a true test. Amazing performance from Danny King Ad. Chatri Sichitong to present the belt. Let's go to Tom Lau.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have scored this contest in favor of your winner by unanimous decision And now, the one flyweight World Grand Prix champion from the red corner,